On the outskirts of the small town of Ravenswood, nestled deep within the dense, ominous woods, lay a dilapidated mansion known as Hallow Manor. Its towering, weather-beaten walls were a testament to years of neglect, and its sinister reputation had earned it a place in local folklore as the most haunted house in the region. On the night of Halloween, when the moon cast eerie shadows through the skeletal trees, a group of brave souls gathered to unravel the mysteries of Hallow Manor. As the first rays of the setting sun painted the sky in fiery shades, the five friends made their way through the forest. Amelia, a fearless young woman with fiery red hair, led the group. She was joined by her brother Max and three close friends: Sarah, a bookish girl with an affinity for the supernatural; Daniel, a skeptical but curious musician; and Lily, a thrill-seeker with a love for adventure. Amelia clutched an old, crumpled map in her hand, rumored to be a guide to the hidden secrets of Hallow Manor. The wind whispered through the gnarled branches as they approached the mansion, casting eerie, shifting shapes across the overgrown path. "Are you sure about this, Amelia?" Daniel asked, glancing nervously at the towering structure before them. "Absolutely," Amelia replied with a wicked grin. "What better night to explore Hallow Manor than Halloween?" They reached the decrepit entrance gate, which groaned in protest as they pushed it open. The mansion loomed before them, a looming, ominous silhouette against the darkening sky. Its windows, like vacant eyes, stared out into the encroaching night. Hallow Manor was rumored to be cursed, haunted by the spirits of a once prominent family that had met a tragic end. The story went that the patriarch, Victor Hallow, had been a cruel and tyrannical man who had met his demise at the hands of his own children. The details were shrouded in mystery, but the townsfolk spoke of vengeful ghosts and restless souls that wandered the mansion's halls. With flashlights in hand and trepidation in their hearts, the group ventured inside. The air inside the mansion was thick with dust and decay, and the sound of creaking floorboards echoed through the dimly lit corridors. "Keep an eye out for anything strange," Sarah whispered, her voice trembling. Amelia nodded, her gaze fixed on the map. The map had been passed down through generations, its origins unknown, but it promised hidden passages, secret chambers, and untold treasures within Hallow Manor. Their journey took them through a maze of twisted hallways and rooms that seemed frozen in time. Faded portraits of stern-faced Hallow ancestors stared down at them from the walls, and the very walls themselves seemed to whisper secrets they dared not utter. As they ventured deeper into the mansion, they began to notice strange occurrences. Doors opened and closed of their own accord, and faint whispers filled the air. Shadows danced at the corners of their vision, and the temperature plummeted, sending shivers down their spines. "This place is giving me the creeps," Lily muttered. They followed the map's cryptic instructions until they found themselves in a grand, cobweb-covered ballroom. A chandelier, tarnished with age, hung precariously from the ceiling, and the wooden floor was cracked and warped. In the center of the room, an ornate mirror stood as a silent sentinel. Amelia approached the mirror cautiously, her breath forming misty clouds in the frigid air. She wiped away the dust to reveal an intricate inscription carved into the frame: "To those who seek the truth, dare to gaze." Without hesitation, Amelia met her own reflection in the mirror, and the world around her twisted and contorted. She saw flashes of Victor Hallow's life, his cruelty, his dark secrets, and his tragic downfall. Images of his children driven to madness by their father's malevolence filled her mind. Amelia stumbled back from the mirror, her face pale. I saw the past," she stammered. The others looked at her with a mixture of awe and fear. The mirror held a power they couldn't comprehend, and they were drawn further into the mystery of Hallow Manor. As they explored deeper, the group discovered hidden rooms and secret passageways, each more unsettling than the last. In one room, they found a collection of eerie porcelain dolls, their vacant eyes following their every move. In another, they stumbled upon a dusty library filled with books bound in human skin, their titles written in an incomprehensible language. The mansion seemed to come alive around them, its malevolent spirit growing stronger as they delved deeper into its dark history. They heard the wailing of ghosts in the distance, and the agonized cries of children. Shadows twisted and contorted, taking on grotesque forms, and the walls seemed to close in on them. Sarah, her nerves fraying, suggested they turn back, but the others were consumed by a morbid curiosity that drove them forward. They had to uncover the truth of Hallow Manor, no matter the cost. Their journey led them to the basement, a place of unspeakable horrors. In a dimly lit chamber, they discovered a blood-stained altar and a set of shackles bolted to the stone floor. It was here that the true extent of Victor Hollow's malevolence became apparent. He did unspeakable things here, Max muttered, his voice barely above a whisper. The air grew colder, and the oppressive atmosphere of the basement threatened to suffocate them. The group made their way back upstairs, their hearts heavy with the weight of the mansion's dark history. As they ascended a narrow staircase, the group suddenly found themselves in a dimly lit hallway they had not seen before. The walls were adorned with grotesque masks, their hollow eyes seeming to watch their every move. Amelia consulted the map once more, realizing they were approaching the heart of Hallow Manor, the room where the final secrets were said to be hidden. But with each step, the air grew heavier, and a sense of dread settled over them. Finally, they reached the door at the end of the hallway, a door covered in ornate carvings and adorned with a heavy brass handle. Amelia pushed it open, revealing a room bathed in an eerie, otherworldly light. The room was filled with antique furniture draped in dusty sheets, and an old gramophone sat in one corner, its needle scratching against an ancient record. In the center of the room stood a massive, ornate mirror that seemed to pulse with an unnatural energy. Amelia approached the mirror cautiously, her reflection warping and shifting as she drew near. She could hear the whispers of the Hallow family's tragic past, their voices echoing through the ages. Then, in the mirror, she saw them, the spirits of the Hallow family, their eyes filled with sorrow and anger. Victor Hallow, his children, and the countless others who had suffered at his hands were trapped in the mirror's twisted reflection. Amelia reached out, her fingers brushing the surface of the mirror, and a shockwave of energy rippled through the room. The spirits within the mirror cried out in anguish, their ghostly forms writhing in torment. "Amelia, no!" Sarah shouted. But it was too late. The mirror shattered into 1,000 pieces.